These are my breakout players in the Western Conference. With the Denver Nuggets, it's Payne Watson. I know Christian Brown came onto the scene, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's him, but I think with the loss of Jeff Green, there needs to be a wing to step up in this rotation. I think it's going to be Payne Watson. I love his length. He can defend. That's why I got him here. With the Mavericks, it's Jaden Hardy. I think Jaden Hardy can become one of the best 6 men in the NBA. When he has started in place of Luka or Kyrie, Jaden Hardy has dropped straight buckets. He fell tremendously in the draft, and I think this year he's going to really show out. With the Timberwolves, it's Jaden McDaniels. Snub from all defense. He'll make a defensive team this season, and I think he'll be a better offensive player. For the Warriors, I think it's Jonathan Kuminga. He has to break out. He has to be a valuable rotational piece for the Warriors if they want to make the playoffs and be a top contender in the West. OKC, I got Jalen Williams, J-Dub. He's bad. Listen, he's good. He's bad. He's good. Yeah. He's awesome.
He's a bad
Jalen
man.
Williams is spectacular. And I think this year he's going to average 18, 19 points per game. Rockets, it's my boy Alperen Şengün. Alperen Şengün grew 2 inches over the summer. This guy is baby Jokic. Alperen Şengün, I've been high on him for a while, but I think this year is a year where he finally has structure around him. He'll be putting up better numbers offensively, more points, more assists. I think he'll rebound the ball better. And I think with E-Man, he'll become a better defender as well. And last one is with the Spurs. I got Devin Vassell. He kind of
Even more so.
He kind of had a mini breakout last year, but he got injured, so it cut that a little bit short. Devin Vassell, I think, can be the perfect number 2 to a guy like Victor Wembanyama, and it's a big reason why I think the Spurs will be competitive all season long.
Okay, I like that a lot. Go ahead, Riv. Are you still texting? You want me to lock in? I can lock in.
Lock in.
All right, slut. All right, so no surprise here. Breakout player for me in the Western Conference. I have 2 Lakers. One of them is going to be Austin Reeves. Joel said it during the preseason a couple of shows back, saying that he believes that Austin Reeves has a chance to be an all-star. That's definitely in the realm of possibility, being the 3rd star on this Los Angeles Lakers team. He was sensational in the playoffs, averaged 17 on great efficiency, solid defender. Definitely look to him to take a step where he only averaged 13 points per game last season, but he really broke out towards the second half. Max Christie.
So louder with the fans, you know?
For sure.
Kirk Cousins will not be waiving his no-trade clause, by the way. He's staying in Minnesota.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah, 13 in the regular season. But you know why it was loud? Because when it mattered the most in the playoffs, he was absolutely out of this world. And on generational efficiency in the WCF as well. Don't forget that.
It was loud before that, but I guess.
But Max Christie, I think that he will have an increased role in this offense as well, primarily because he's such a great shooter. And also, he can defend at a relatively high level also. It's just a matter of him getting the minutes. And I think that it was a battle between him and your boy, Cam Reddish, for like that last rotational spot. And most definitely it will be Max Christie's. I think he has a mini breakout, more so of a low-key player.
Yeah.
More so on a low-key player, I'll add to the Christian Braun hype train. We saw it with Bruce Brown gone. We also saw it somewhat towards the back half of the Nuggets stretch where Christian Braun, and in his minutes, he was great really for them in that playoff run. So with Bruce Brown gone, I look for him to take that step up and really fill that void. Next on this list for me is Chet Holmgren. I feel very firmly in this. The Rookie of the Year competition, people are already writing it off that it will be Victor. Chet will be that great, that his name will most definitely be in that conversation. He's in such a great situation right now where he's the perfect plug and play for OKC with all the things that he can do. He can handle the basketball. He can space out the floor. Obviously, with the size that he has, he can definitely be a force down low. Doesn't have that strength to really force his way down there, but he has the size to finish. I don't know about girth.
Yeah,
no, just length.
Long.
Yeah.
He's lengthy. He's a lengthy fella. Yeah, kind of. He's got a pointy head. Who did they say that he looks like? I'm blank. I'll come back to that. But I do believe that he's going to be one of the better rookies this year and will be a top 2 rookie in my opinion. Next on this list, Anthony Simons. Joel has mentioned it a ton of times, talking about how great Anthony Simons has been without Damian Lillard.
So what's the breakout for Simons? Because he's already he's like
25 plus a game.
Which is most definitely within range. What was it that he was averaging with Damian gone? Was
27,
28? Like, bro, with the usage that he's going to see this season, there's a strong chance that he will be the number 1 scoring option on this team, and it will show by season's end. I believe in Shaedon Sharpe. We saw it down the stretch last season. I think that with now more opportunity being presented to him where it's not going to be primarily in one person's hand. Maybe Anthony's and Scoot's, because Scoot's the guy that they brought in to obviously take over with Dame gone. But I think that how athletic Shaedon is, how much he's able to just score on all three levels, I believe Shaedon can have a breakout. And lastly, you mentioned Sengun. I love that pick. I'm going Jabari Smith. And that really bodes more so with him having confidence in himself. We saw it in Summer League a little bit where he had the buzz beater. We were there live for it. That was pretty awesome. But that's Summer League. Preseason, he's looked confident. He's looked more like he's looking to score. And with Amon, with Fred, he's going to be put in better situations to score the basketball also. I believe in the talent that is Jabari, and he'll be much better than he was last season.
All right, ready. Let's do it. So I got 6 players. You talked a little bit about Jonathan Kuminga. Of course, he's been on my breakout list for like 2 years.
Every year.
Yeah, but this is the year. This is 100%. It's going to be the year because he has no choice. He has no choice, and the FO has no choice. He's going to have to play a lot of minutes.
You know, if you didn't put the A at the end of Jonathan Kuminga's name,
but yeah, he just provides a different type of athleticism for that team that they need. And the defense is there. He was graded as one of the best defenders in the league last year, and he brings a different type of vibe to the team. He's a good roller. He's very athletic, can jump with the best of them. Like you mentioned earlier, Drew, he does have to improve his rebounding because they probably want him to be that Wiggins type, where in the small ball lineups, in the championship run, Wiggins was crucial in the rebounding department when we went small. They want Kuminga to be the same way. Another guy, man, Bones Highland, we here.
Really?
Yeah, Bones Highland, we here, man. He's been getting a lot of good feedback from Russell Westbrook, Paul George, even Kawhi. Mr. Don't Talk Much, Kawhi.
How do you feel about this one?
Bones Holland? I don't feel no ways.
It's meh, Kawhi Leonard, he was talking big about him. Kawhi don't speak too much. He's like, he takes a pride in guarding Bones Highland every day in practice. So that's something really good.
Okay.
And I think Bones Highland coming off the bench after Westbrook, once again, like Kuminga, could bring a difference. Like Dehls said earlier, could bring a different type of juice, swag. Young players got their own flashy vibes. He reminds me in his game a little bit of Jamal Crawford in the sense where he likes to play loose with his handles, be creative. Another guy, like Joel mentioned, Peyton Watson. I think he has really good defensive instincts. He has the size, 6'7", 6'8", long arms, pretty athletic. He can be that other stopper as where they got Aaron Gordon. You could definitely have Christian Brown's a good defender, but I think Peyton Watson can be a great defender in the NBA if he gets the right minutes. I think he could be that next guy, just has to continue to improve the three-pointer. Jalen Green, we're here. Yeah.
I love that we all have Rockets.
Yeah, we're here. I'm Houston. I post them every day. We're here. Jalen
Making me
Green.
regret having them 15, honestly, for vibes.
Me too. I should have put him 10, but we're here. Jalen Green. Jalen Green breakout, man. He looks like he's gonna be a fine young player. And I hated on him before, but now I'm here because I'm a Rockets fan.
Remember when I got absolutely destroyed for saying that? And now it's the status quo? Whatever, man.
Next guy, I got 2 Dallas Mavericks on here. Josh Green. I think he'll just improve his game as a three-point shooter. He'll be a little bit more in a creative role. Just being able to, get the cuts, attack mismatches, defensively just improve, become a notable name in the league as a great defender, being great off ball. I think he can definitely be one of the best off ball players in the league in terms of just cutting to the basket, backdoor cuts, seeing and reading defenses. And then Jaden Hardy, like Joel mentioned, could be one of the best six-mans in the league. He is a bona fide scorer. That's what he was coming out of when he went to OT. No, he didn't go to OT. He went to the G League. Yeah, so coming out of that, he was always looked at as a great scorer. He fell in drive because he was pretty inefficient, but in this league, I think this fits more his game. And those are my breakout players, man.
I like them. I got 2. First one's gonna be Trey Murphy, Pelicans.
Trey Murphy's a good name.
Like that.
It's the injury is concerning. Obviously, he's gonna miss probably a month or 2 of the season. And he already had a mini breakout last year, right? His rookie year, he was kind of a back end rotation guy, playing like 12, 13 minutes. And last year, when Brandon Ingram missed 2 months really to start the season, Trey Murphy was the one who stepped in, and he was phenomenal.
The fuck out. He really was.
He put up 14 and 4. He was nearly a 50-40-90 player, 65% true shooting. And they need him because once BI went out, they need someone 6'9". He's got the length, athleticism to fill that role nicely. Really, the only thing that's stopping him is 1, the injury, and 2, kind of how the Pelicans want to run the rotation. Do they want to be more defensive? If that's the case, it'll probably be Herb Jones. If they want to go more offensive, then it'll probably be Trey Murphy. But they really have the choice to do either because you have CJ, BI, Zion, and Jonas really locked in there in the starting five. So it's between him and Herb Jones to who gets that 5th spot. And to start the year, at least, it will be Herb. But I'm assuming that what Trey Murphy showed them offensively, especially as a shooter, he'll get more looks as time goes on. My other one's going to be Shaedon Sharpe. You guys talked about Anthony Simons a little bit too, but I think Sharpe's going to be another guy who's going to get more opportunity. Of course, Damian Lillard being gone is going to open up a ton of touches for everyone on the offense. And last season for Sharpe, the majority of the season, he wasn't getting as many looks offensively because you had Dame there and you had Anthony Simons. And I don't want to take just the last month
Those
of the
April
season,
runs, man.
Because those April runs, they can move people, but they could also screw you. But he had, in those final 10 games, 8 of them, he scored 20 or more. He had multiple games where he had 4 or more three-pointers. He rebounded well, was putting up 7, 8 rebounds. He even had a game with 4 steals. We know coming out of college, he didn't play, obviously, but he had all of the hype because he was so great in high school, but just never got to show it. But now he got, top 10 pick. He even without playing in college was still, scouts and front office people said, we don't really care. He's that talented that we don't have to see what he did for this past season. We're still going to take him top 10. So he has the talent to do it. It's just really the offense with Scoot there and Simons, how many looks does he get to put up his numbers?